So you first take the two wires and you want to twist the ends of them together. This makes it easier to fuse the two wires together once you apply the solder. Take your iron, take your solder. You want to touch the tip of the soldering iron to the end of the solder and either drop or touch the solder stick to your wire. Always put your soldering iron back in its stand. Now, take your heat shrink, apply it right on the exposed wire, and you're going to take a heat gun or a blow dryer if it's hot enough and blow it right on that heat shrink. Simple as that. Here we have a breadboard, a battery pack, an LED, and a resistor. I've already put the battery pack wires into the corresponding holes that I choose to solder them into, and we're going to do just like in the video before, where you apply the solder to the wire or you drop it onto. Do both wires. Now, we take our solder again, and we're just going to put a little bit more on the back side. Take your 1K resistor and do the exact same thing as with the battery pack. Stick one end into its corresponding hole in alignment with one end of the battery pack, and stick the other end into another hole. Using a 1K resistor because the battery pack outputs at 5 volts, and we need to step it up or down depending on what kind of output you are using to the corresponding voltage that that item uses. I'm using an LED here, so a 1K resistor is what we need to step it. Make sure to be careful when touching the wires, because even though you didn't apply the iron directly onto the metal, it still has conducted the heat along the wire. Now for the LED. Solder both ends of the LED into the hole. I applied a little bit more solder onto the right side. And now I'm just going to bend the end of the LED to connect to the rest of the circuit. Be sure to keep your solder a safe distance away from your fingers. If using limited amounts of solder, make sure that you are always keeping track of where your solder is, but preferably use as much solder as you need. The last thing you ever want to do when working with electronics is turn on your power, plug in your batteries, or plug in your jumper wires to the GPIOs to a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino. Here we're using a battery pack, so the last thing that we're going to do is plug in the batteries. As you can see, the LED turns on. If you have problems with your LED turning on, you may have your LED in backwards. If you have your LED in backwards, you can just unsolder it pretty easily and then put it right back in and solder it right back. And there you go. After this video, there will be a diagram of the circuit that you can look at. You can pause and make sure that you have the right circuit diagram.